Good morning, children. Welcome to today's science class. In today's class, we'll continue learning the first chapter, that is food. Where does it come from? In the previous class, we learned that food is essential for all the living organisms, and also we all eat different types of food. Yes. So to prepare the different varieties of food, we add so many items called the ingredients. The ingredients differs from one food item to another food item, and also we try to learn from where the ingredients come from. Yes, no, children? Yeah, food. Food is one of the basic requirement of all living organisms. It is required for growth, development, and wear and tear of the body tissues. That's what we learned in the previous class. When it is very essential for us, we should know that from where we get it. Yeah. So when we try to learn that, we were able to understand that food materials we get it from either from the plant sources or from the animal sources. In the previous class, in detail, we learnt about the plant sources. So we eat different parts of the different types of plants. Sometimes we eat the fruit of the plant, sometimes we eat the seed of some plants, we eat the roots of some plant, stems of some plant, and leaf, and also the flowers of some plant. These all we learned, edible parts of different plants we learned in our previous class. Yes, no, children? Yeah. So here you can see different plants serve as sources of food for us, as fruits, vegetables, cereals, pulses, spices. These all we discussed in the previous class. I hope you all remember it. Now, next comes the animal sources. Yes, animals also provide us food. The animal food products are the different types of food that we get from the animals, like milk, eggs, poultry, meat, and also the honey. Yes, no, children? Here you can see a clear picture what all we get from the animals. Meat, you can see the fish picture, and also the milk, eggs. All these are the animal sources which we eat as food. Yes, you can see this tabular columns, children. Eggs, generally we get the eggs from the hen and duck. Meat, we eat the meat of sheep, goat, hen also. Honey, we get from the honey bees, and honey bees are reared for getting the honey from them. Yes, children. And milk, we drink the milk of cow, buffalo, and also the goat. Even in some hilly places, yolk's milk also been taken as the source of food. Yeah, children. Yeah, children. Food from animals. What are the different food we get from the animals? Animal products such as meat, egg, honey, milk, cheese, butter, and curd are eaten by human. Yeah, no, children. Meat. People commonly eat the meat of animals such as goat, chicken, fish, and also prawns. Egg. Hen's egg is the most common bird egg eaten in the world. It is a rich source of protein and vitamins also. But some places they eat the duck's eggs also, children. Honey. Honey is a sweet liquid produced by bee. It is collected from the beehives. So bees are reared for collecting the honey. And how do they get this sweet liquid, children? They will collect the sweet liquid from the, that is called as the nectar from the flowers, and that is only getting converted as honey, and we take it and we use it. Milk is obtained from cow, buffalo, camel, and goat. It is a rich source of protein. Yes, no, children? Milk and milk products made from milk are known as dairy products. You all know that paneer, cheese, butter, ghee, curd, and cream we get from the animals. Okay, animals give us all these. What do these animals eat? Yeah, that is going to be our next. Animals eat. Different animals have different eating, that is feeding habits. These animals are grouped into three types. Herbivores, majorly. Herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivores are the animals, they eat plant and plant products like cow, deer, giraffe, squirrel, and butterfly. Carnivores are the animals, they eat the flesh of other animals like lion, tiger, owl, fox, eagle, and all. Omnivores. Omnivores are the animals that eat both plants and the flesh of other animals, bear, raccoon, crow, and human beings. There is another group also, children, they are the scavengers and decomposers. Instead of hunting animals, some birds eat the flesh of the dead animals. So these are the birds called as scavengers. Some organisms, they are very small, feed on the dead animals. These organisms are called as decomposers. And also there is herbivores are the animals that only eat plants. They can have wide flat teeth for grazing, that is for eating the grass, and on grass or beaks to open the nuts. So you can see the examples of elephant, deer, and rabbit. You can find out more animals which eat only plants, that is herbivorous plants. Next comes the carnivores. These are the animals that eat only mainly meat, and they will hunt and eat. And you can see the carnivorous animals, they will eat the flesh of other animals either by hunting or by after some animals hunt, they will go and take and eat the flesh. But these all are the flesh eating animals. You can see the pictures, and as you all have learnt about all these in your lower classes, you can make a list of carnivorous animals. Next comes the omnivores. These are the animals, they will eat both plants and animals. Yeah, you are right. Humans are the first in that group. We eat both plants and also the animals. And bear, you can see the names, children. Cocoons, primates, seagulls, and many, that's apes, monkeys, many are in this group. You can find out the some more animal names, children. Now, apart from these three groups, there are some more animals are there which you have to know. They are the parasites, children. You can see the picture, so many pictures, so many insects and worms. You can see leech is there. So these are the animals. What are they actually? Yeah, parasites are the animals that feed on other living things. So they will live on the other living things. They'll suck the blood or they'll take the food from the other living organisms and they will live. Like the bedbug, leech, flea, and also mosquito, even the lice. All these insects, they are the animals. They will feed on the other living things. Now there is another group of animals, they are called as the decomposers or scavengers. You can see the picture here, mushrooms, some of the insects, and also the bacteria. What do they do actually? So animals like vulture, jackal, hyena, and crow eat dead plants. And as I told you now, some of the animals will hunt and they will eat, but some of them they will not hunt but they will eat the dead plant, dead animal matter, and one way they are helping to clean the nature. So they are called as scavengers, and also they help in decomposing, that is to getting the remaining part to get mixed with the soil. So they are very very important in the nature. So if you take a food chain, you can see here a food chain. A food chain is a series of living things in a community arranged according to their food relationships. You can see it is starting with the producer. As I told you, most of the plant food items we get from the plants, because plants are the producers, they can prepare their own food. So the plants are eaten by some of the primary consumers. They will some animals, and you can see the grasshopper is there in the food chain, and grasshoppers are eaten by the frog, secondary consumer. And then you see the snakes eat the frog, and snakes are eaten by the hawk or eagle or vulture. And then when these animals die, they are, with the help of the decompose and scavengers, they will mix with the soil. So this is the food chain. In the food chain, what are we learning? A food chain shows how nutrients means the essential things present in the food, move from one living thing to another, and also how energy moves from one living thing to another. Plants can make their own food and are called as producers. Animals cannot make their own food. They depend on plants. They are called as consumers. So in this complete lesson, we discussed about the question was, the major question put in front of us was the food, where does it come from? By now you all know that food comes from the plant sources and the animal sources. In the plant sources, in detail we learned that the edible parts of different plants and what all the different things we get from the plants. And animal sources, we learnt that meat, fish, chicken, and eggs, honey, all these we get from the milk products. From the milk we get the paneer, cheese, curd, butter, all from the animal sources. So when we take consider the eating habits, food habits of animals, some of the animals eat only plants, they are called as the herbivores. Some of them eat only the flesh of other animals, carnivores. And some of them eat both the flesh and the plant, they are called as omnivores. Apart from that, we also learned what are parasites and what are decomposers or scavengers. So with this, I hope that complete chapter you found it interesting, and by reading the textbook, the chapter from the textbook again and again, you will understand. And some activities are given in your textbook, so it is the time for you to complete the activity, children. Last week there was an activity I gave you to complete the sprouting. Same way, today in your textbook, page number 5, you have table 1.6, finding out the names of herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. You can even add up the parasites and the scavengers also, and make a list of herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and the parasites, and few parasites, and the scavengers, and write it on your science notebook or on an A4 sheet, children. And find out the answer for the questions given in your textbook, page number 6 and 7. There are some questions. Find out the answer for these questions and be ready for the next class, children. Bye bye, children.